Hello, I'm Mr. Christopher. This is my world, and this is Art Connoisseur. Let's go. We'll start here with I call this woman in a black dress looking out the window. It's on Facebook Marketplace for $20. I don't know about that. I mean, it's not terrible. First, let me get this out of the way. I know what you were thinking. Is that Johnny Depp from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? No, it isn't. And let me get those off. They're unbearable. I know. You were also thinking, is he gonna wear those the whole time? No. No. But yeah, that piece, $20, I wouldn't get it. I might if I was with my daughter and my daughter was like, Dad, I love this piece. Can you get it for me? I'd be like, $20? All right. And I'd also be like, that's your taste in art? Okay. But I don't think she's that poor. We'll see. But yeah. I would no. I wouldn't get it, but it's not terrible. But no. It doesn't even belong in a museum. Even if the world ended and all the art was gone and that was the only art left, I'd be like, put it in the museum as the only art that was left after the world was gone. But we need to create more. Next we go here to this. I think it's 3 separate paintings being sold as one of peppers, I believe, and it is $20 on Facebook Marketplace. $20 for this. Personally, I don't love it. I don't hate it. If they're small, I don't know the size. If they're small, I'd put it in the kitchen and I'd be like, "Oh." If it's off to the side, not in anybody's way, I'd put it in the kitchen. But for $20, if it's small, if it's big, I don't want anything to do with it anyway. If it's too big, I don't want anything to do with it. But if it's small, sometimes art it can be ugly, but if the size is small, it works. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing. And then sometimes it can be beautiful and huge and it's beautiful and you're like, I have to have it anyway though. I can fit it somewhere. You know, I think with penises, it's the same thing. Now we go to this beautiful piece of art. This is $30, and I don't even know. I'm assuming that the person bought these frames brand new, and the frames just came with this as the display picture. And honestly, good enough. Perfect. I love it. There's a special place in my heart for wiener dogs, and I love them. So those are great paintings. A king and a queen wiener, you can't go wrong. Um, buy cotton. Buy cotton. Make sure your bed is cotton sheets, cotton blankets, cotton pillowcases. Buy cotton. I call this one Serious Black Woman, I Don't Need No Man. $20 for Serious Black Woman, I Don't Need No Man. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. If I had a black wife and she liked it, I'd be like, really, let's be critical about this. Where's it going to go? The hallway, the hallway, the hallway, the hallway. Okay, I can see it in the hallway. We'll do the hallway. So I would get it in that case. Yeah, I'm a giver. Mr. Christopher's a giver. She's my black wife. Obviously, we're in love. Obviously, I'm going to be like, we've got to make compromises, you know? And so I get her a serious black woman. I don't need no man. For $20, that's not much of a compromise. That's fine. She's happy. I'm happy. This world doesn't exist. Well, there's probably some alternate universe, right? There's an alternate universe for everything, right? That's what they say. Who knows? What's real? Nothing. Let us move to this piece here. I call it Pots on Stairs with Flowers. I don't hate it. It's kind of got a smudgy vibe to me, as in it's just smudgy, It's got smudges all over it. I have nothing with me to show smudging, but smudges. It just looks like someone smudged around with it. I love hand painting. What's that called? Finger painting. I love finger painting. I call it hand painting. Hand painting's better. And I do literally. I'll use my palm. I'm gonna hand paint. We should hand paint soon. I'm a caveman. Ugh. I have no talent. I'll show. I have no right to be talking about paintings with the way I paint. You know what? Let me show you one of my art pieces sometime. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna shame myself like that. I'm not gonna do. But let's ignore the fact that I have no right and move on to the next painting. Clementines. Clementines. This is on Facebook Marketplace for $25. Again, if this was small, if it was small, I would put it in my kitchen in a place where no one's even going to really look. Because when you have hidden art is fun. I have a couple pieces that are small and they're hidden. And hidden art is fun. You find hidden art and you're like, oh, there's a there's a fairy that lives in the walls. There's a there's a there's a small person that lives in the walls. And then you start to overthink and you're like, there's small people that live in the walls. I don't want to be here anymore. And lastly, we have this piece. It is a llama standing beside some rocks. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Christopher, is that a painting or is that a picture? It's billed as a painting. It looks to be a picture, I think, but it's billed as a painting. I can't help if they're on Facebook Marketplace lying to me about whether or not it's a picture, a poster, or a painting. I'm looking at paintings, and if it's there and I want to talk about it, I'm using it. And here's what I got to say. I don't like llamas. I don't. I do love The Emperor's New Groove. I'll get in. I'm gonna watch that, but I love that movie. Honestly, Emperor's New Groove. If I this show doesn't support Mr. Christopher's Movies Calculator. That's for a different show for a different time, so I'm not going to pull that out. But uh, I love that movie, but I do not like llamas. I don't really care for them. I think they're disgusting, and that one specifically, ew. It's $25, and I would not. I wouldn't. I would never. I wouldn't even if my favorite people in the world were like, please, sir, please buy it for us. I'd be like, no. Even if the world was gonna end and they were like, well, the only way to not save the world is to buy this llama picture and put it on your wall. I'd be like, well, looks like the world's over then. Whoops. That is the end of Art Connoisseur. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go away now. Please feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, say whatever you like. Say, dude, you're crazy, man. You're a crazy person. I'll say, I didn't say that I identified as a man. I identify as an art connoisseur. Don't you identify me? And then you'll be like, I ain't getting in there with him. He's crazy. That's what I would do if I reacted that way. Anyway, farewell. Mr. Christopher, you crazy.